What's up, y'all? To wax or not to wax? You guys are gonna give me motivation to put wax on this thing. When you come in here, don't make me go on Instagram Live. I try to do YouTube Live so I can stick with the day one homies. Everybody on Instagram's pretty new. A little Sublime, let's go. We got the first. It's just me and you. That's all we are. I think we're gonna wax the E30. For all the people that are gonna watch this VOD, and my one homie in the live right now, we just did a basic cut on the E30. Let me show you the product that I used. I ran out of my V32 chemical guys, so I picked up some of this Meguiar's Professional Medium Cut. What up, TME? Good to see you, dude. Check out this paint, though. She polished up nice. Look at this fender. Look at this thing. She's looking really good. I did a clay bar. Yo, what up, nonsense? How are ya? I need to text Rob. Rob's Weekend Garage. He told me he missed yesterday's live. Gotta tell him we're live right now. So I just finished doing a cut on the old E30 here. I did a clay bar and a cut. Now I'm trying to decide whether I want to wax it or not. I figure I might as well go on live with you guys. You guys can give me some motivation to keep going. Live right now with the kissy face for old Rob's Weekend Garage. If you guys aren't following him on YouTube, he's doing similar stuff to me, buying old beat up BMWs and giving them a second chance at life. She's looking really good. I'm really proud of how she came out. You guys probably know there's this huge rust spot here behind passenger, and I was able to clay out most of it, and then I took that cutting compound and I just buffed over the rust spot, and it just slowly started taking out some of that rust mark. And dude, the paint came out super bitchin'. Let me show you one more close-up look of it. I mean, little burn spot there, but this thing all needs a whole new panel anyways. I just wanted to get her looking good for photos. Gave the trunk lid another pass. I am super happy with the paint right now. So let's throw some wax on her and kick it for a little bit. I wish I had some cold beers. That's melted. That's a lukewarm beer. Damn it. Let's see if I got any beers. It's a beer day. Feels like a Friday, but it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, guys. I got a new upload coming soon. No beers. Someone bring me some beers. I did forget the beers, dude. About to go drive to the store, get some beers. I had some Coors. Had some Coors Lights. But the ice melted. Anyways, let's do a wax on this thing. I got some Chemical Guys Hydro Slick. Been using this specific bottle for about over a year now. I like it. Super hydrophobic, so let's get you guys set up. Do a little wax on, wax off. Probably start with the hood, right? Hoods are the most satisfying. Yell at me if the music's too loud. Blue Moon's a good one. I like Blue Moon's. A little weedy. I like it. Green beers are my favorite, but I do regular beers too. What up, Rob? Now that Rob's in here, I'm gonna give you guys one more pass over. Dude, she did shine up good. Check it out. I mean, the previous rust spots, I clayed them and then I literally just buffed over them. And it started eating away all that rust stain. And then honestly, it made the rest look a little bit better because it just threw a little white on it. But look, she shined up really good. I didn't go too crazy, just one stage, but let's look at this passenger side. It's driver's side. Kona is a good beer. What up, K-Cool? Yeah, man, she's cleaning up really nice. I'm shooting a video for Autoline with this thing tomorrow, And one, I need to prep it for bring a trailer, and two, I just wanted to have a little bit more presentable E30. But this rust stain was all the way down to here. I was able to clay, get most of it, and then this real severe rust stain came off with a heavy cutting compound. So, some real good advice from yesterday's live on this single stage paint job. Using a bunch of compound and keeping a clean disc really helped. So, let's do a little wax application. What do I got here? I don't know if I have a clean applicator. I got plenty of microfibers though. Yeah, this thing's clean enough. We'll use this backside. I like these little applicators. Just like that. It all keeps setting up. Hydro Slick, Chemical Guys, Hyper Wax. Now it's probably a lie. It's probably not like really ceramic, you know, it's not nearly the price of a ceramic coating, but I've been using this on a lot of cars. Everything I've waxed for like the last year, and I like it. It's super hydrophobic. What's crazy is it smells like it has a solvent in it. I did not expect to be polishing and waxing this car, but I want it to look good for the Bring a Trailer photos. I think I'll do a promotional video for it too. I should probably read the instructions on this stuff. I haven't used it in a while. I think it's just like wipe on, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then buff it off. I ain't a detail guy, but I'm willing to learn, that's for sure. But I'm way better at resealing oil pans than I am at detailing. Some people are better at detailing than they are at engine work. I think I got enough goop to do second panel. Yeah, I used a little bit of tar and sap remover on any of the sticky tree sap spots. And yeah, she's really coming along. I haven't given this thing any love, just a basic wash since I've had it. And so, polishing the turd. This song's whack. You guys yell at me if the music's too loud. It's nice we can actually listen to music in the shop at the same time while I got the camera out. Shout out the Best Repair channel. Thank you, Bo. You're a legend. Doing my turbos, water pump, and oil pan gasket this weekend, mostly due to your videos. Hell yes, dude. That is a win. And release some stickers and shirts. You know, I've been thinking about merch. I'll have some merch soon. I'd love to get some merch. Love you, man. Wish you were out here on Ontario. Hey, cheers, dude. I will definitely let you guys know anytime I get up to the old Canada. We'll do a meet and greet. Or, you know, my game plan is when I do more travel in the future to reach out to you guys and just be like, hey, I'm going to be in Spain, or I'm going to Ohio this week. And try to connect with the local from the channel. That way you guys hopefully get a little bit of I can get a little bit of an inside experience on how the locals live in specific areas. I don't know if you guys watch Anthony Bourdain, but Anthony Bourdain is like one of my favorite people ever. And I've always thought that Anthony Bourdain had the best job in the world, just traveling the world and getting invited into people's homes for grandma's cooking and truly being immersed in the culture of where he is. And so I'd love to do that with viewers of the channel, BMW enthusiasts, travel, meet up with some people, have them show me what the locals do for fun. This is going on nice. Way less work than the polish in the clay bar. I'm over that, dude. I'm only doing one cut on this thing. I I always look like I wrestled a bear after doing the E46. Yeah, dude. E46 oil pans get a little messy. Trying to think of the worst oil pan I've ever done. Dude, you got a restaurant in Canada? What type of restaurant you got? The wife and I watch every upload together. Love the videos and everything you do. Thanks, Charles. That's so cool, man. Thanks for bringing your wife in on the deal. I try to make it fun and entertaining, so like you could have a kid hanging out, you know, sitting on the couch with you. I used to cuss. I used to cuss a lot in my videos when I first started. Then I posted an upload and I had a bunch of people comment and they were like, hey man, like I love your channel, but you know, I'd like to be able to watch it with my kids around, but I can't if you're just dropping F-bombs all the time and stuff. And it really stuck with me. And I actually went in and I edited that video through the YouTube app and cut out every single cuss word in that video and then commented that dude and told him. So even though it's a lot of BMW work and other wrenching, like that's so cool that you get to watch it with your wife. That's super dope. Thanks for the support, dude. Diagnose my car and meals on me. Day off DIY hat. That would be sick. I just got this new hat from FCP Euro. It just sent me a little swag bag since we've been working together. Barbecuing a steak and listening in. Hell yeah. I hope you're barbecuing a ribeye. That's my favorite. Hamburg, Germany. That's sick. Home-cooked Asian comfort food. Vegan and vegetarian authentic food from Southeast Asia. Asian food's my favorite. I'd say my favorite is probably between Thai and Chinese. I think it's Cantonese when a dim sum. It's like traditional dim sum. I think that's Cantonese, is it? But I love Chinese food. I love zhailong bao and siu mai and pork baos and hot and sour soup. Some of my favorite. We are Lao, so it's really close to Thai. Okay, cool. I've had some Lao food before. That's awesome. So you're up in Canada with a restaurant. Hell yeah. Good on you. I've heard opening a restaurant is one of the hardest businesses you can ever do because just the margins are so tight, things like that. But congratulations on succeeding in a tough industry, and I would absolutely love to come by and try your food if I ever get up north. I'm really trying to do more travel. I really want to explore more of the 50 states. I love where I live, but I feel like I've only scratched the surface. And so I got a lot of travel coming in my future. Just got to build a savings account so I can afford to do it. But we're staying alive. I'm finally starting to turn a little bit of a profit on the channel. And, you know, I'm not going to have to get a second job. But boy, let me tell you, it was a financial struggle when I first left the fire service and started doing this. I was only making like less than $3,000 a month, and I had mortgage and bills to pay, and I was just living off of my savings and just slowly dwindling down and dwindling down. And for a while, I thought I was gonna have to go back to the fire service or get a job at a local shop here, maybe work part-time or 30 hours a week just to make ends meet. And then I was like, man, then the channel's really gonna fall to the wayside. But I'm glad I stuck it out and committed, took the risk, and this collaboration with FCP Euro has just really made it to where it's now more sustainable. Bought an E90 with my restaurant money and started watching you. Hell yeah, dude. E90s are great. What type of E90 did you get? I just finished a video on an E92. I just gave it the final watch over this morning, and it's probably gonna be live tomorrow morning, I think. Just gotta get the thumbnail uploaded. But it's a E92 build I did for a gentleman in the community here named Ed. And I did a valve cover replacement, windshield washer diagnosis, power steering flush, oil service, coating with the FRM to fix a daytime running light. What else did we do? Expansion tank, thermostat, expansion tank hose. Did a bunch of work. It's gonna be a great video though. Got some awesome commentary and some back and forth with Ed, the owner of the car. I think you guys will really like him. Done, done, and on to the next one. Done and done it. This stuff is like goopy paste. This car's getting better treatment than my other vehicles. My truck is super due for a polish and a, and a wax. This thing looks so good. This car looks so good right now. It is crazy. It's really gonna pop in the sunshine. I need to read the bottle on this wax. See how long I need to let it sit for. Yeah, we truly polished the turd, guys. We truly polished the turd. Directions: apply to a cool, clean, and dry surface out of direct sunlight. Done. Shake well. Start by washing. Got it. Squeeze 4 or 5 dabs on an applicator. Thin coat. Can be removed in as little as 30 seconds. However, we recommend 1 to 2 minutes. Buff off with a clean microfiber. After applying, it's ideal to keep it dry and out of the elements and clean for 2 to 3 hours. No problem. This girl's staying garaged. Apply directly to forehead. And then we buff. That's perfect. I'll put it on, let it sit, talk to you guys, and then I'll buff. Look at that hair. Nice one, bro. It's a 328xi 6-speed with nav. Nice. I was just working on a 328xi, so you might be able to get a little good information from it. Michael, what's up? Hello, Michael. I'm loving the road to 100K sub shorts you've been putting out. Thanks, man. It's working. Instagram, we hit 155,000 followers today. Now we just need to get their asses over here to YouTube so they can watch the real content. Instagram's fun. I love long form though. I love long form the most. But Instagram's a great platform. I got connected with a bunch of cool people. I got a ISTA and coding expert that I'm gonna be patching through to you guys in the Discord channel. So he'll be able to help you guys get Tool 32 and ISTA on your home computers. Have you ever eaten Turkish food? I've had Turkish coffee, but I can't think of a time that I had Turk-specific food. I probably have. Can you give me some examples of some dishes? Any advice for my 22-year-old E46 with 53K? Bro, you don't need advice from me. You got 53K on that thing. No, it just kind of depends on what it needs via inspection, you know? Luke says, what up, bro? Can't wait to see that E30 shine. Thanks, man. It's really shining. I mean, I'll give you guys a walk around after I do the wax because I've already done a walk around twice. But, dude, this thing shined up super nice. Have you ever worked on an Audi? I have really no experience with the Audi. I've driven them. They seem like great cars, but I don't really have any experience working on them. I think maybe I've done just like a basic oil service or something, so I don't want to speak on something I don't have much experience on. But what's up with that E46 with 50-something K on it? What kind of questions you got? Like what type of preventative maintenance type stuff? I mean, I just start with fixing all the leaks. Control arm bushings, oil pan's probably leaking, maybe valve cover, oil filter housing, do all that stuff. Take a look at the cooling system. You know, if it's an original cooling system with original mileage on it, it's probably due for a replacement. So water pipes, water pump, thermostat, that would all be good jobs to do. But that's a really low mileage E46, dude. You got to take good care of that thing and hold on to it because that's going to be a valuable little car. It's rare to see them with under 100,000 miles. Like if that thing was a ZHP, it would probably bring in upwards of $10,000. Keep on keeping on, brother. Great channel. Sad to see this E30 go. I hear ya. I'd like to hold on to it too and make it super bitchin', but I've lost interest in it, to be honest. She needs body work, and I'm not a body work guy right now. Maybe if I was like working on my dream E39 M5, you know, and that had body damage, but We've improved this car. We've made it better than when I found it. That's the important thing, you know? Progress, not perfection. And so it'll go to somebody else now, and they'll be able to keep the dream alive, you know? She's a little rusty, but this car is like a true survivor. I don't even think it's been in any accidents. I can't find any evidence that it's been in accidents. So, like, all in all, the interior is really bitchin'. Engine's running good. I borescoped the cylinders. She's running strong. Look at that paint, dude. Cannot believe how nice this thing cleaned up. The single stage paint is really special. Turkish coffee is powerful. 0 leaks or issues. Well then, I think you're in good shape, dude. Luke says, 1 in a million BMW, how much was it? I don't know if you're referring to the E46 or to the E30. I'm curious about how much you got that E46 for too. This car cost me 2,500 buckaroonies. Turkish coffee is goated. I also like Vietnamese coffee. That shit is crack. I used to drink that at the shop a lot and just get everybody twacked out on Vietnamese coffee and start cranking out work. God bless you. I like your stuff. God bless you too, Zico. Thanks for the support, dude. Yeah, Timmy, you're in good shape, man. Keep that thing inspected. Make sure it's got no leaks. You know, if you start to get a clunk in the front end, check out the control arm bushings, see if they got any play. Other than that, just drive her. 8,400 a year ago on Bring a Trailer in Scottsdale. Hell yeah. I do go to the gym. I've been slacking this week. Girlfriend was sick. I try to go 4 or 5 days a week. Just hit like a light 45-minute weight training in the morning. Sometimes sauna. Like to hit the sauna, do some heat therapy. But yeah, I'd say I've been pretty steady with the gym now for about the last 2 years. I'm a pretty skinny guy. My metabolism is super fast, and I've always felt like I was too skinny. And so going to the gym and keeping a consistent workout routine is the only way I can put on weight. That plus creatine and weight gainer shakes, not weight gainer shakes, just protein shakes. Keeping high protein intake. It's a blessing and a curse. Grew up with my mom telling me I was too skinny my entire life, and now my brain just permanently believes that I'm too skinny. But I love the gym. It's great. I also love getting to the driving range and hitting balls. I like the old man sports, bowling, golf, working on cars. I'm 30 now, so I'm gonna get some peppery hair, some speckled pepper. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for my 30s. I'm geared up, ready to go. We got a sweet little business going. Things are picking up. We're growing. I'm excited to give another car away. I made reference to it in my most recent upload. I'll probably put it live tomorrow morning. And once we get to 100K on YouTube, 100K, new giveaway car coming. This thing will probably be gone by then, so I might not even have my E90, so we'll probably buy something new. Maybe an E46, E39, E36, and just go through it like we did that giveaway car, fix everything we can find. Alex, you see that E30 I'm getting this weekend on the Discord? No, I haven't been caught up on the Discord, but I'll go take a look afterwards. I have the opposite problem, only gains, good and bad, no matter what. So I started working on BMWs in 2013. I found an entry-level job on Craigslist and applied, and they tested me out for the day and paid me $100. I had no idea about anything BMW related. And then the shop paid really well. My starting wage was like $17.50, I think. I ended up getting up to like $29.50 by the time I left. But I knew nothing about BMWs. They taught me on the job, and I just started loving how they drove. I mean, people can talk shit all they want on BMWs, but go take a Hyundai on the highway and do 90, go do 100 miles an hour, and then go take a E46 and go do 100 miles an hour, and there's no comparison in the way that they drive, you know? I wouldn't even want to take a Toyota Camry up to 100 on the highway. But BMWs just stay so planted. They drive so well. Yes, they're over-engineered, but they're over-engineered for a reason, to drive well on the Autobahn. You know, they're just built different. And so it can be a little high maintenance sometimes, but it's a labor of love. I like taking things apart, making them better than when I found them. BMWs are great for that. So yeah, I worked on them for 6 years at the BMW shop I worked at. And then from there, I finally got accepted into the fire academy so I could get my Firefighter 1 certificate. And then I joined the fire service. And I left the automotive industry, switched over to the fire service, did that for just about 4 years. And the schedule was a grind, dude. I'd leave for a month during fire season, come back for 3 days, 2 days, leave for another 21 days. I loved the job. The job was so fun. Really, really enjoyed it, running chainsaw and being a leader. And I love the adrenaline of being on the fire ground, especially doing wildland fires, working on a hand crew. But dude, the schedule was such a grind. And the money wasn't that good, honestly. Like, I worked 30 days straight, 0 days off the clock, 30 days on the Dixie Fire. And my overtime check was like $7,000. And I was like, dude, if I could have my time back, I would give back this paycheck, because I missed river days with my brother and my niece and my nephew and my sister-in-law, and I missed my home. All my plants died. I couldn't have pets. I couldn't have chickens. I couldn't have a dog. And it just wasn't worth it. I love the people. I love the job, but the schedule was just brutal. And so I gave myself an ultimatum. I was like, okay, spend this, because I was seasonal working for CAL FIRE. So I got laid off in like November, and the season starts back up in like April. So I was like, all right, Alec, this is your time. You need to make enough money to not have to go back to the fire service, or else you have to go back. And I was able to have a video pop off that started gaining me some subscribers to monetize the channel. And then I scored a contract making content for Autoline. And it was just enough for me to scrape by. So I decided to transition over to this world. So I've always wanted a YouTube channel. I used to watch Finnegan's Garage, and just seeing him wrench on his old hot rods with his little son in the garage, staying home sick from school, I was like, man, that's the dream right there. And now we're doing it. So yeah, 6 years at the BMW shop. So to answer your question, Luke, I kind of went over it, but I've been doing YouTube content creation full time now for going on 2 years. The reason why I don't post as much is because my account alone doesn't pay the bills. I have to make content for other brands and other companies, and then they buy that content off me, and then they use it on their social medias. Like Autoline, for example, I'm a content creator for them. I've pretty much been producing all of their content for the last 2 years. So you can go on their Instagram and see all the content that I've made for them. And that's pretty much what I've been doing for a living. YouTube, I only make like $1,000 a month. And so I have been doing it full time, but a lot of my time and energy goes to other brands, because my brand doesn't cover everything yet. But I've been really stepping up the video production. Hopefully you guys have been noticing production quality, working with a professional editor full time now on almost all of my content. And I've been trying to post a lot more too, as you guys have probably seen, trying to get out like, at least once a week, which I've been pretty dang good about hitting that. I'm getting, I think, like 5 videos out a month, which is solid. Plus short form too. Would you ever consider the 128? Absolutely, 128s are badass. Michael says, Alec, are you planning only BMWs? I mean, it's sort of my skill set. It's what I'm good at, because I have knowledge from my previous job. So we'll do just BMWs for now, maybe mix in some other stuff. I got a local dude that's got a Porsche he needs help with, so I might help him out with that. Ideally, I'd like to do more real estate and property work type content, you know, remodeling bathrooms, fixing water leaks in the roof, maybe even golf content in the future. I know you guys might not be golfers, but it's definitely a love of mine that I'd like to spend more time doing. And so I'm gonna do all types of content. I think ideally probably have multiple channels, keep and maintain the BMW channel, and then also branch out and have some other things. Probably put some home repair on this channel too, since it's DIY work. But as long as it's considered DIY, it'll be on this channel. So it might be truck work, it might be tinkering on the boat, it might be home repairs, might be fixing a water leak I got in the bathroom. But it'll remain DIY content. But yeah, maybe I'll do some travel stuff in the future, maybe some more blogs. Ooh, just dropped my applicator in the puddle. That's not cool. All kinds of stuff. As long as I'm making content that you guys enjoy, that's what's most important. I would love to find an N52 for my next project. N52s are great. I said it in this most recent video I'm editing right now, getting ready to post. It's one of my favorite engines. M54 and the N52 are probably right up there with my favorites. I have an Audi 4.2 V8. I got it inspected at the shop. They're telling me the retardation of the chains is 1. What should I do? I can't afford to fix it. I assume it's better to sell. So what they're telling you is like your timing's jumped or something. Maybe it's a slack chain. I don't know enough about Audis to provide you with good advice, but you can always get a second opinion from another shop and make sure that the first shop actually did their due diligence on the diagnosis. But anything timing related usually means you gotta crack open the timing covers and adjust timing and or replace timing chain, guides, tensioners. And so anything timing related can get a little spendy sometimes. So that's good to keep in mind. But yeah, I don't know really much of anything about the Audis. I like the interior though. The interior on Audis is super bitchin'. You mentioned you worked on a customer's E90. Are your customers friends only? What's up, Boggs? Finally got you in here, dude. I did pick up more polishing supplies. I used a bunch of, I think it was you that was recommending I use more compound, keep the disc real clean. I bought some Meguiar's medium cut cleaner, and then I finished the rest of the car up today, clayed it and cut it. So I'm open to viewers for customers as well, but I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I live in Humboldt County. I live in Egypt, California, Northern California. Nobody lives up here. My county is like 100,000 people. And so I'd love to work with viewers, but even the closest viewers to me are in like the Bay Area, and that's still like a 4.5 hour drive south of me. And so nobody lives around here. So I can't really collaborate with any viewers because it would be so difficult to get their cars to me. So that's the downside of living where I live. It's beautiful. I love it. I was able to afford my home, but no viewers live around here. So really it's just kind of word of mouth, people that I used to work with, some local people that own BMWs that I can help out, but I'm open to other options, you know. But the logistics of it would be so difficult. Let's say you live in San Francisco. Drive your car up here 4.5 hours. Let's say even best case scenario, I give you a car to borrow and you drive that back down. Then I have the car for a week. I inspect it, I order parts, I do all the repairs. Then you have to drive back up to pick up the car and drive it all the way back down. That's like 18 hours of combined driving between up and back and then up and back. And so that's for somewhere like close. So the logistics of it is a challenge. Whereas if I work with people that live locally, that don't even know the channel, it just works out a lot easier. But I wish I could do more jobs with more customers. Got an E90 recently as my first manual car. Found your channel after searching about the car. Enjoy your videos. Awesome. Super appreciate that. What up, Dennis? I'm doing good, dude. Just getting the E30 ready for sale. Just cut it, clayed it, putting some wax on her. She's coming along. I'm curious. Obley, what was the video that you found when you were searching and found my channel on YouTube? I'd like to know. Was it like oil filter housing or what? I'm curious. My favorite guy. What's up, Sosa? Any car weight reductions? I've never done weight reduction or anything. Not on my vehicles. I'm pretty much kind of like an OE purist. Kind of like to keep things pretty stock. Rob says, timing chains are pretty common on the 4.2. It's an engine out as they are on the backside. Oh, brutal. N52, great. I had two 90s with the N52. They both had valve stem seals. Also annoying knock sensors that kept breaking. What? You had knock sensor on an N52? Also, I've never seen N52s with valve stem seals go bad. I was really like an N62 thing that I would see at the shop a lot. We would actually do them in the vehicle. We would take the valve covers off and disassemble the valve train a little bit. And then using a leak down tester, we would pressurize the cylinders so the valve wouldn't drop. And then we'd disassemble the valve off the backside and then replace the valve stem seals for intake and exhaust while the cylinder heads were in the car. Just save some money from having to split the heads open, send it out to a machine shop and have them fully gone through. It was a super tedious job. I think we used to charge like 18 hours of labor for it. But it would stop them from smoking. Those N62s love to smoke. They love to eat oil, and those valve stem seals just start dumping. If you guys ever think that you have a valve stem seal issue, you can let your car sit and idle for like 5 minutes and then just snap the throttle really hard while it's in park and look out the tailpipe to see if you get a puff of smoke. Because what happens is those valve stem seals, they just slowly leak oil from the top end of the cylinder head down into the combustion chamber. And then that oil just pools and builds up in the combustion chamber. And then you snap that throttle and it just smokes all that oil out of there. Downside is, you usually got to rebuild the cylinder heads. Artie McFly, thank you so much for the advice, brother. Keep up what you were doing. I know you're going to get huge. It's only a matter of time. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Are you familiar with M539 restoration? Yeah, Stretton. I watched that guy. He is a master of his class. He's definitely very, very smart. I learn a lot from him, actually. And he really knows what he's doing. I love his methodical, laboratory-like approach to rebuilding these cars. You know, every seal, every gasket, you know, repainting, cleaning, media blasting all of his old parts, make them look new again. He is very good at what he does. And I would like to do more thorough repair work like that. My biggest catch right now is that it's all budget related, you know? You gotta have big bucks to work on these cars, and I'm doing it on a real cheap budget. And so, once we start making some more money, we'll keep stepping up the content. I like to think that we've stepped it up and grown a lot since the beginning of the channel. You know, I'm investing more and more money into the channel, into the edits, into the parts, into the cars, and hopefully we just keep growing. What up, what up, what up, Jay? On FRXOY, what up? Need your help, bro. I have a 2001 325 Ci, need some work done. It's gonna be hard, man. I'd love to help you out, but like I was just saying, I live in a very remote part of Northern California. Nobody lives near me. But what I'd recommend is jump into our Discord server. You can find it in the description of my videos. Ask around in there and see if anybody's local. Maybe you guys can form a little wrenching group, you know. Also, just ask for information while you're in there. Talk about what problem you got going on. I'm gonna start advertising the Discord on Instagram, and hopefully we'll pull some users from over there into the Discord. I like the community that we have from YouTube right now, and that's why I'm on YouTube Live and not Instagram Live, because a lot of my followers over there are all new. But a lot of you guys have been following around since the earlier days of the channel. So I feel more loyal to you guys. I don't want to go give Instagram a bunch of attention just because I have some new followers on there. So right now the Discord is just filled with a lot of the YouTube OGs, but there's a lot of great dialogue in there and people helping each other out. Dennis is just being an absolute G and just moderating and just keeping the Discord alive, and I just am super appreciative. What's going on with the 325i though? Obley, I think it was the oil filter housing gasket because that's what needs to be done soon. That might have been the one on Ed's car, which that's the same Ed I'm about to release a video on. That's awesome, thanks for the heads up. I'm a fan of keeping everything stock except for those vintage subframe bushings. I change all those to poly. Nice. That's probably a good move. Subframe's a good way to go. I'm a fan. Dennis says, yeah, the NOx, I believe, the extra exhaust sensor that makes your engine able to run more economical. I believe it was called stratified and homogenic mode, but yeah, the valve stem seals were terrible. Dang, I've never heard of that sensor before, so maybe I need to do a little bit of research. You're nervous to do that repair yourself because you've never done it before. I'm more of a computer gaming hardware repair girl than a car repair girl, but kind of excited to learn something new. All right. That's right, Strafe, Northern California. Obley. This is what you need, okay? I'm going to show you. I talk about it in the video, but right here. Wobble E-torque sockets, an E10. This on an extension is going to save you so much time. I might be able to give you an example on this here. N54. There's similar designs on the N54 and the N52. The book says that you're supposed to take the intake manifold out to get access to the oil filter housing hardware. Alex says, no necesito, you don't need to do that. So, actually on this one I think you have to crack it up, but the N52s you don't. There's a little bolt back there, and you take a long 1/4 inch extension with that wobble head E10, and you sneak it right down into that spot, and then you take off this bolt, and then you take out this bolt down here. You won't have this oil cooler, which will be super nice, and that's about it. And then just buy a torque wrench and torque it back up to spec. But those wobble E10s will make it to where you don't have to take the intake manifold out, and I could do those oil filter housings in like 20 minutes. You can do them really fast. You don't have to do all that jazz. You don't have to take the intake manifold out. That must-know BMW N52 hacks where I go over the oil filter housing, belt tensioner, should have all the right information in there. You just need to spend a little bit of time getting prepared ahead of time and just follow what tools I recommend in that video, and it should help you out a lot. Kendrick says, I've been doing a few things myself. Your videos really help a lot. That is super awesome to hear. That's literally the goal, guys. My goal is to help share some knowledge so you guys can tackle some of these more daunting DIY repairs yourself. And if I can do that, that's a win. That's pretty much the whole purpose of this channel. Plus, I've always really loved teaching. Some of my favorite stuff has always been new guys coming into the shop, new employees, and they're just empty sponges. And I get to share the information that I know with them on how to do specific jobs and, you know, what to look out for on specific models and chassis. And now that I think about it, that's pretty much what this channel's turned into. So I get to mix my joys of hanging in the shop, working on BMWs, and teaching. So it's all worked out pretty perfect. Yeah, Northern California, guys. Long ways away. Yes, Wobble E10. You got it. NOx sensor could be an EU spec part. We love our eco cars here. I think it's maybe an EU thing. N52s are definitely easier than the N54. I had to do the intake on the N54. Yeah, N52s are way easier. N54s are more labor intensive for pretty much everything. Also, when I get up to about 70, it runs really rough and loud. Do you take new students in Antioch? Not really. I mean, I'd love to be able to work with someone in the future. Have like someone on dedicated camera. I could sort of just talk through the repairs and stuff with them, but budget-wise, I'm not there yet. It would have to be like a apprenticeship type deal. But then again, like, I don't even feel like I know enough to have an apprentice and to be properly teaching them. At what age, at what point do you feel like you're actually capable and competent? You know, I've been working on cars for like 10 years now, and I still feel like there's so much stuff I don't know. There's so much stuff I'm constantly learning. All right, we were talking about the 325i. Where'd that go? Convertible top not working, plus it has an idling issue. Okay, it's the M54. Does that idle rough? You know, when you're sitting in park, does it idle rough on first start? Let's get into this. Describe it to the best of your ability. And while you do that, she is, damn it, I got to do the roof. But anyways, look at her shine. You guys can't even see any rust right now. Maybe, just a little bit. Look how good she looks. Oh, what's up, Sage? What's up? Give me the paw. Give me the paw. Oh, what a good girl. That's a perfect cameo timing, Sage. That's perfect cameo. You hunting gophers? Huh? You hunting the gophers? What? 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 Arr, 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 arr. I did notice some new people in the Discord. Someone came who built an amazing E28, very nice resto. He's going to look at a fully done E30. Great people coming in. Awesome. That is great news. I was afraid it might affect the culture that we have going on in there because all you guys are just such solid dudes. I didn't want any, pardon my French, but any young fuckboys coming in there, broccoli heads, you know, and throwing off the vibes, because we got good vibes in there right now. Everybody's kind and helpful, and we got some really good mojo in the Discord. So I'm glad people are keeping it right. And you know, if we got shitty people, just kick them. Just kick them. You're already teaching me though. You're teaching all your viewers. Yeah, that's funny. Dennis, that's me. Hey, it's Strafe. What's up? Great channel, man. Sage, put her on the merch. That's what I want to do. I want to make shirts with like a little American traditional Sage. I love American traditional tattoos. That's like my tattoo style. I got my mom tattoo. I got some Sailor Jerry tattoos. And I want to do like a little Sage head with like a little banner, maybe that says Day Off DIY, maybe like some cross wrenches or something. Something cool. Definitely some Sage merch for sure. She is hunting gophers. There's like a little gopher tunnel underneath my chicken coop. And every time I've let her outside, she's just staring that hole down. And she's not digging, but she's just patiently waiting for the gopher to show itself so she can just murk that thing. She's killed 2 gophers. I try not to let her dig too much because I don't want a bunch of holes in the yard, but she is a very skilled gopher hunter. She's multi-purpose, and she scares all the cats away. Because I don't want any cats getting near my chickens. Do N55s have rod bearing problems? My 2012 E92 is 48K, but do I need to replace the rod bearings if I'm replacing the oil pan gasket? So, N55s do have rod bearing problems. Common, very common. What you should do is do a Blackstone oil analysis. Next time you do an oil service, save some in a bottle, send it out to Blackstone, have them analyze it. Another thing you should be doing every oil service on the N55, take your oil filter out, cut the ends off of it, inspect the pleats inside the cartridge filter. And you want to look for bearing material. You'll see little shiny bits. It'll look like little pieces of debris, like little flat pieces of paint chips. And if you're seeing that, rod bearings need to be done. Stat. N55s are super common for rod bearing failure. Not exactly sure why. I just know N55s, N20s, S65s, and S85s all had rod bearing issues. So that's what I would do for my customers. Every time I did an oil service on them, cut the oil filter open, inspect for bearing material, then you know you need them. But if you're being nice to your car, you're maintaining it well, it's going to delay the necessity for them. So you have very low mileage. I don't want to scare you. You shouldn't be too concerned. Another big thing is if you ever have the oil filter housing done, or if you ever do the oil filter housing yourself, you have to prime the oil system prior to starting the car up. I didn't do that at the shop once, and I spun the rod bearings behind the wheel of a customer's N55. It was an X5. I did an oil filter housing reseal on it. We didn't know. Nobody in the industry really knew that the oil filter housing design was different and that it caused rod bearing failure and oil starvation to the bottom end if you didn't prime the system. So I just did it like I did any other N52, N54. I resealed the oil filter housing, slapped it back on, threw some oil in it, fired it up, went and drove it, beat the piss out of it. Then I accelerated through a stoplight and the rod bearings just seized on me. I coasted over, went to go start the car. The starter started smoking and the engine was just bricked. It just completely locked up and spun a bearing. Hopefully that helps. No F-chassis maintenance or tips. I do know some F-chassis stuff. I haven't worked on them in a long time. I used to do a bunch of like N63 upper oil pan gaskets, which is a real pain in the ass. My biggest advice on F-Series would be code out the auto start-stop feature at stoplights. It causes premature engine mount failure. F10s, the rear differential bushings go out super fast, like in as short as 50K. And so replacing those early and getting rid of that clunk in the rear end from when those differential bushings go out. Other than that, I don't remember much. Done some N20 turbos. I'll be able to do more tips on other cars in the future. The challenge right now is that I can only make content on videos that I'm working on for customers or that I purchase myself. And I can't afford an F-body or a G-chassis BMW at the moment. I can only afford cheapos. So eventually, once we get into the other stuff, I'll probably start restoring some F-chassis cars maybe, if I can afford it in the future. And then I'll be able to give more maintenance tips and tricks on those as I have the cars on hand. But I don't really even work on F-chassis cars. Worked on the F25. I got some content on my buddy Josh's F25. We did a valve cover, oil filter housing. We've done some other repairs on that. So I got a little bit of F-Series content. Not much though. They're expensive. F-chassis cars are not as cheap as E-chassis cars. I think as long as we stay ourselves, people will adjust and notice it's not like other groups. If they really don't fit, there is a kick button indeed, but never needed it as far as I know. Awesome. I think you're totally right. Right on the nose, dude. I think we just attract the right type of people. I think this channel just overall, like, I swear, I'm not just saying this because it's my channel, but I feel like seriously we have like the coolest vibes, the nicest, most just encouraging, thoughtful people in the comments, in the Discord, in the lives. Like, I've participated in some other channels before, but I feel like we're all just attracting good people with good vibes, good intentions. Everybody's nice and kind to each other. Everybody's super helpful. Adding in knowledge. TikTok, way different. TikTok's crazy, dude. The community on TikTok, not the move. Just in general, like on anybody's channel. Do you remember if S54 rod cap hardware is one-time use? Debating checking them on the flooded M3 while the pan is off. I don't think they're one-time use. I can't recall if I've ever done rod bearings on an S54. I'm pretty sure that's the type where you get the connecting rod and you have to crack it. Does that thing have an oil filter in it, Rob? I would just pull and cut the oil filter. Strafe knows though. Here we go. I reused mine, was fine though. This guy knows what's up. Strafe knows some BMW knowledge that I don't. I can tell already. Yeah, I figured just take a peek. Don't know if it runs yet, so not gonna invest in rod. Yeah, I think that's a good call. How do we find you on Discord? If you get into any of my YouTube videos recently, I have a link in the description. And just click on that link, jump in the Discord server. There's like 220 folks in there right now. Got some different categories for different e-chassis cars and public chat and all that stuff. So Strafe says, I just know old stuff. Dude, me too. People are like, oh, what's up with this G30? And I'm like, dude, I've never even touched a G chassis car. Like, I was barely working on F chassis cars by the time I left the shop. So everybody wants information on other cars. I'm like, I know a little bit about e-chassis, so that's pretty much what I'm doing, just trying to share info on the e-chassis. All right, boys. She is waxed, top and bottom. Let's take a peek. Those right rear rust stains are so much better now. I thought about putting a rust treatment on it, but I was like, nah, it's gonna be all black and ugly. But yeah, she looking nice. She looking real nice. She's got a little shine and brilliance back to her. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I think she's gonna be a lot more photogenic now. We'll be able to get some good photos for the ad. Been lagging a little bit on it. I've been so busy with content this month. Yeah, like a penguin's belly. I love that. She's looking really good though. She's looking super good. I totally scuffed all the plastics though with compound. I think I should do a little bit of metal polish on the bumpers, but I gotta make some content tomorrow with this thing. Using the smoke machine to shoot a video for Autoline Pro tomorrow on how you can use a smoke machine to find external air leaks. And what you do is you turn the AC on full blast, and you shut all the doors and windows, and then you take the smoke machine and trace around the outside door seals, and wherever you see the smoke bend over, that's how you know you have pressurized air coming from inside the cab to out. And I'm using this car to make the video, but she's so dirty. She's so dirty, she needed some love. And then a wash turned into a clay, and then the clay turned into a polish. Here we are. 2 days delayed, but at least the E30 is looking a little bit more proper. Got a little bit of the bring a trailer prep out of the way. Who knows? Who knows what this thing will get on bring a trailer, but $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, I don't know. $5,000, I'd be super stoked. $5,000, I'd be super happy. But we'll see. Gonna leave it up to the gods. Try some rubbing alcohol on the plastics to get the compound off. I tried. I read online isopropyl alcohol diluted with water, and I rubbed them all down. It wanted to come off on the window seals that are like more of a true rubber, but those bumper trim pieces are like more so like a hard plastic, and they did not want to come off. So yeah, I don't know what to do about it right now, but I ain't too worried. Slicker than 3 coats of deck paint. Hell yeah, buddy. On to my 4th and 5th Z4 currently. Own an E86 Z4M Coupe, E85 Z4 Roadster. Hell yes, dude. Those are badass cars. What I really like about them is they have such a big engine bay. It is the easiest car to work on. There is so much room in that engine bay for valve covers and for oil pans and doing any type of service and maintenance. It just makes things so convenient. Yeah, this might be burnt in there forever. We'll see. But I mean, the car's got a bunch of rust on it, so I don't care that much. She looks a lot more presentable for photos though, so that's a big win. Man, I'm starving. What's for dinner tonight, guys? What are you guys eating? I don't know what I'm eating yet. I gotta get that part figured out. Let's hit some glass while we kick it though. Do a little glass cleaner. Get the mustache right. Sweet and sour chicken. Oh, that sounds freaking good. I have no good Chinese food near me, but I love Chinese food. I love Korean barbecue. I love dim sum. You might have better luck with Cerakote Trim Restore. I never used it. Those wipes are basically industrial plastic restorer that survives everything for more than a year. It's my favorite. I'm gonna have to pick some of those up. You guys are inspiring me to get some tacos. Might go get some street tacos from Speedy. I got until 6:30 till they close. 5:30 now. We'll hit some glass, go for another 30, and then go get some tacos. You know what's really nice to do on glass too, but I just don't want to do it right now, is using that glass stripper. I have a product here. Let me show you. This stuff, and it just gets years of like oxidation off of the glass. Ryan, I have not submitted it to bring a trailer yet. I wanted to get it washed up and polished first. So I'm gonna be doing it this week once I finish up 2 more days of content. I got an N54 valve cover to do on my E90, and I have another video for Autoline to do, some video comment replies, so hopefully I'll have it submitted over the weekend. Oh, I need to get those wipes, dude. I need to get those wipes. Headlight restore from Cerakote as well. Well worth the money. Good to know, guys. I'm actually gonna look right now because I know I'm gonna forget. Let's look it up. My buddy John was texting me with manometer spec sheet. He might have an updated sheet. I posted a video on my Instagram about checking the vacuum on an N52 valve cover with my manometer. Rob, you're too nice, bro. You're too kind, my friend. Thank you, Rob. Tacos on Rob tonight, guys. If you guys are not subscribed to Rob's Weekend Garage, you need to pop over there and do that. Dude's a wealth of knowledge. He's been super beneficial for me. He's been super helpful. And he's got some fantastic content. There it is right there. Cerakote Trim Restore. I'm gonna put an order in for that. Prime shipping. Now do I do the wipes or the trim restore? The wipes are $75. The trim coat is $15. Yeah, steel wool is softer than the glass, so it's a good scrubber. For sure. 100%. The quadruple lot steel wool, I do have some of that. I like to use that, and I really like this glass stripper too. It's just like a really fine compound. The wipes, these big ones, this big industrial 50 pack. You guys are saying 30 bucks. This is freaking 75 bucks. Those are my only 2 options right there. Tell you what, I'm gonna add it to the cart and we'll go from there. Add to cart. Thanks again, Rob. You're such a good dude. Appreciate the support as always, man. Yep, you've heard like a fine quadruple zero steel wool is okay to work. Yep, it is. I got some. I used steel wool for the dot matrix before I got the windows tinted. Get a better result. Awesome. Thanks, Damien. Appreciate you, dude. Had a small attack. Okay, cool. I think that's what these are. Let me take a look here. Cerakote trim applicator. So it's like these little individual wipes, I think. So that other one's just like a 50 pack. I don't know how many comes in this one. So we'll order this small pack because I think it's the individual wipes. But yeah, guys, check out Rob's Weekend Garage. He's crushing it on the content. He's making more content than me, blowing me out of the water. And he's got some badass projects. He's got a swamped M3, second M3 on the channel for him. Really, really good content. I got a little bit of tar and tree sap on here, so I'm gonna use some of this Stoner tree sap remover. This stuff works great. I got a little spot of tree sap on the hood on the giveaway car before I drove it down to Veronica. And I was so scared. I cleaned it and it had embedded into the paint almost. I used some of this tar and sap remover. It's got some sort of solvent in it. Let's see if we can find out what. Tarminator. But yeah, I've been real happy with these guys. I like Stoner. One, they got a really funny name. And two, they're made in the United States, which I love. Love supporting domestic brands that do manufacturing here in the States. All right, now let's hit the glass. Hit the glass. It just got a little damp all the way to the roof. That's crazy to see the silt lines on that car, dude. That is truly just crazy. Get a mask on when opening wipes, though. Smell terrible like acetone. You do not want to breathe it in. Stray, if you're heading out, all right. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Good to get to know you. Keep on keeping on. You know, I love the smell of acetone. I love the smell of solvents. Brake cleaner, gasoline, paint thinner. Probably shouldn't be breathing it, but I love it. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Any type of solvent. It's like the best cologne there is. If I could put it in a candle and burn it in my house, I would. Probably shouldn't, but I would. I think it's a taco night. Tacos on Rob. Rob's Weekend Garage Tacos. Oh yeah. She's looking good. After I do the windshield, the exterior, I like to take the same microfiber because it's got like the perfect amount of dampness with the glass cleaner on it. And I go do the inside of the glass. So I'm gonna go do that after. But yeah, I didn't really know if I wanted to make a video on polishing this thing and detailing it. Polishing is already so much work as is that I figured, hey, since I'm doing this, not doing anything with it, let's just hop on the lives, hang out with you guys for a little while, chop it up. I'll tell you what though, this car smells good. It smells like old car, but like the good kind. It doesn't smell musty or gross. It just smells like classic interior. I really like it. We do have a little bit of a water leak in this car though, coming down from underneath the steering wheel somewhere along the firewall, but that's the next guy's problem. I want more OBD2 cars. I don't want any more 1984 German fuel injection technology. It's outside my wheelhouse. OBD2, I can do. I can get behind. I can fiddle my way through it. The diagnosing the idle issue on this car kicked my ass hard. I think I might drive this thing tonight. Pick up food. Yeah, it is good live stream content, I think. Because you're not like elbows deep in a job, you know? I want to see you get on live, Rob. I'd like to see a Rob's Weekend live. All right, good to see you, Dennis. 2:39 a.m. You do need some sleep, man. Have a nice rest of your day. You too, Dennis. Thanks for stopping in. Great to see you, man. All right, do we do the rest of the glass? Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more. Little bit more. I do love this glass cleaner though. This invisible glass by Stoner. I like this stuff and I like spray away glass cleaner. Forget who makes it. It's that blue and white can. Those two are my favorites. Oh yeah, she's coming along. This car's come a long way. I hope we can find the right home for her. Hopefully somebody on Bring a Trailer will see it. I'm gonna advertise it on my Instagram too. Just let people know that, hey, there's a no reserve bid going on for sweet little E30 if anybody's in the market. Who knows, this thing might sell for as cheap as like $1,000. Depends if people are interested, but it'd be such a good candidate for an engine swap, or if someone just wants to build like a Survivor fully stock 318i. This car would be perfect for it. We just got to get it to the right audience. Oh yeah, that glass is looking mint. Let's hit this rear real quick. Got any video gamers in here? I think it'd be sick to put together a little day off DIY video game squad. Just need to find some people that like to play the same games as I do. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. I used to play Overwatch. Recently I've been playing PGA, the golf game on computer from EA. It's actually really fun. I just hop in Discord with my buddies, my brothers, and just have a beer, do a green beer, just chill, play some games together, talk on Discord, talk about life. It's a good time. Great way to wind down at the end of the day. Relieve a little bit of stress. This glass needed cleaning bad. This rear one. So a little bit of water stains, but not too much, so I'm not going to bother with stripping it. I think we're good enough. Oh yeah, looking real nice. Looking real nice. I'm planning some live content, hopefully soon. Autocross season is starting this weekend, so wrench time is going to be tight for a couple weeks. That E30 is such a happy, plucky car. Mechanically sorted, just needs a little exterior love. Racing sim meetup, that would be sick. What are you going to be autocrossing, Rob? Taking the 330? I was just talking about you before you jumped in. I can't remember if it was today's live or yesterday's, but we were talking about cars. And I was telling him that you autocrossed your E46. And I was just saying how great of a car it is. You just got to wind them out a little bit, but they're fast. A lot has to do with driver skill too. But E46s is just a goated chassis. They're just such great cars. Possibly one of the best 3 Series ever made. I think it probably might be. I think it would be a battle between that and the E90, but as far as like the steering feel goes, I think E46 might be the GOAT. What do you guys think? What do you think, Rob? Rob probably knows. You're probably going to say E46 if I had to guess. 330 Ci on Sunday. Saturday, if I get the Flood M3, I may take it for some fun runs. That'd be sick. If not, maybe my other M3. Bogue says E46. I think that's the move too. I think E46 is the goated flagship 3 Series. There's no way it can be a modern one. There's no way. E36, it's a cool car, underpowered. I feel like E46s just handle better. E36s can get a little clunky. But yeah, I mean E46 too, it's just such a beautiful car for its year range. What, they stopped making them in 06 and they still look modern. Same with the E90s. I have to say though, like a 2007 E90, like it looks like it could be a 2015. You know what I mean? They just have that timeless body style and it just never went out of style. Like cars in the 80s, for example, you can just tell like, oh, that car's from the 80s. But like an E90, that could be from a bunch of different year ranges. And they look good. They're definitely one of my favorite looking 3 Series. That in addition to the E46. E46 is better all-arounder. Yeah, I agree. E46 is the GOAT. E30 is iconic look and fun to zip around in, but E46 much better driver or daily. Absolutely. Who knows, maybe someone will daily this E30. I personally wouldn't want to daily an E30. They feel a little clunkier. I'd like to have something with more pep. Maybe if it was like a cool engine swapped E30, you know, like put an S54 in it or something. But even if it was like a 325i, I don't know if I'd want to daily an E30. They look cool. I think it'd be great like a Sunday stroller, or you make like a really bitchin' E30 and do car shows with it. I think that would be cool, but I don't know if I'd want a daily one or commute. Hi. What's nice is I got this mic, so I can be all the way over here and we can still talk. Rob, what's for dinner? What are you eating? I'm gonna go get some tacos, thanks to you. Oh yeah. One more to go. One more. Logical nonsense. Would you ever do an E39 restoration build? Absolutely. I think E39 might be the next car for the channel. I almost bought an E39 before I bought this one. To be honest, I probably should have bought the E39. What I'd really like to do is an E39 540i with the M62. That was my very first BMW I ever bought. I bought it for $1,000. Timing chains failed. Put a used engine in it for $500. Water pump, timing chain, guides, tensioner, timing covers, water pipes, all that jazz, rear main, front crank. It was such a good car. Then I sold it for $5,000. Then my second BMW was an E60 530i. Customer came in, starter failed. He said, nope, I'm not putting another $1,000 into this car, I'm done. And I said, hey, I'll buy it. And then Tony sold it to me. I put a starter in it, struts, strut mounts. It had that classic, I think it was a ZF Trans, that clunky downshift when you come to a stoplight and it like clunks real hard from second to first. My E90 I gave to Veronica and Phoenix started doing that. And yeah, what I did is I dropped the valve body and I replaced all the transmission solenoids, the solenoids in the valve body, and then reset transmission adaptations. And it seemed to have fixed it. But that car was awesome. I really like E60s too. I think an E60 would be great. Homemade meatloaf and mashed taters. That sounds good, dude. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna do the inside of this glass, then we're gonna kick off for the day. Alex, she's looking good. I hope you get 5K for it. Thanks, Johnny. Good to see you again, 2 days in a row, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting healthy. I hope you're recovering. Let's talk more soon. Mexican restaurants around here are very mid. Surprisingly, there is a large Mexican population here. Mexican food around here is pretty hit or miss too. I was spoiled growing up in Southern California. I swear we got some of the best Mexican food down there. But we don't have rivers and streams and fish like we have here. And also, I can't tell you the last time I sat in traffic. That's one of the reasons why I live here. There's no traffic, baby. It's great. But there's also no people. There's not much of a car community. Restaurants are kind of hit or miss. We have amazing produce and amazing local beef. There's a lot of cattle ranchers in this area. This area was pretty much, this area ran on logging for a long time. Humboldt was known for its logging industry. And then logging started to slow down. And in the 60s, early 70s, all the hippies started moving up here from San Francisco during the summer of love. And they started bringing pot seeds with them, and they started growing pot. And then we turned into the biggest pot growing county in the entire US. Humboldt's known for its pot. And then we got a lot of farmland around here too, so it's known for cattle. logging, and pot. And oysters. There's a lot of oyster farmers in the bay. I just had some oysters on Sunday. Grilled a ribeye. Did some oysters. It was delicious. Rob misses the food back in Buffalo. Great Indian, Polish, German neighborhoods. The best. Oh. All right, guys. We got to start talking about food. I'm getting so hungry. I'm going to give you guys one last final look at her. Glass is cleaned up now. Windshield's looking really clean. Bogues loves fried oysters. I've had some fried oysters before. Fried oysters are pretty good. But there she is. I think she's looking quite proper. Definitely a lot better than she did last week. A lot better when I did that walk around video. So we'll have to take some more photos. Probably going to take a video for the Bring a Trailer ad. That's a good idea, hitting the taillights. I caught them a little bit on the edges. But to be honest, they're still looking pretty good, huh? What do you think? Still looking pretty sharp. I'll probably polish them by hand. Anyways, guys, thanks to Rob. I'm going to go get some tacos. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday evening, Friday morning, depending on where you are. New video coming soon. E92 video, probably post it tomorrow. Just got to finalize some of the music copyrights in it. And it's going to be a great one. It's like an hour. And it's really, really nice quality. I went through it with my editor. It's done really well. Got a bunch of great dialogue with Ed in there, the customer. And a bunch of really good stuff. Really good stuff. Clogged washer pump, valve cover replacement, eccentric shaft sensor diagnosis, power steering flush, oil service, expansion tank replacement, thermostat replacement. Yes! That is the best comment we can end on, Warren. Literally just dropped his subframe to change the oil pan gasket like 30 minutes ago. Found out how from my video. Awesome. I hope it's helpful. If you need any help or any questions, jump in our Discord channel. You should be able to find a link in the video description of whatever video you watched. And there's people around that can give you a hand. Best of luck with the oil pan gasket replacement. Johnny, Bogues, Rob, who else? Who else is probably still sticking around? Logical. All right, guys. I'm going to go get some tacos. Much love. Thanks for stopping by the live. Thanks for hanging out with me. No way, Warren. No way, bro. Are you kidding me, dude? Warren. Come on, man. About to sign off. The guy drops the biggest dono of the month. God, you're too kind. I'm telling you guys, we got the best community on YouTube going on here. Not just saying that. I mean it. Jump in the Discord. Hang out with one another. Warren, I hate to leave you so soon, man, but we were doing the sign now. I got to go get some tacos. Thank you so, so much for the donation, man. Really means a lot. Thanks for your donation too, Rob. Echo J said it right. DIYers for life. You are the man, Warren. You are the man. All right, guys, I'm going to go get some tacos. Hope you guys have a great night. Keep an eye out for the upload coming tomorrow morning. And talk to you guys soon. See you on my next day off, folks.